Hey everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working some more on my Bees and Blossoms junk journal. Y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. We're going to be getting started in just a minute. We are currently live on Facebook if you see the little red button at the top left. Thank you for letting me know the sound is good, Dawn. See if I can get this to pull up. Hey Lori. Alright, so that should be good. So today we're going to work on a couple of things. I've got some specimen cards from my Porch prints that I cut out, and a couple of their little coin envelopes, and then I finished up those things we did last time. The ones that I didn't do live, I finished those up, so I'll show you those. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them, but I'll probably stick a few of them in there. I don't know if I'll put them all because there's a bunch. Let's see. All right, I think we're good. We're going to go ahead and pull this camera up top so we can get started. Okay. This should be all right. All right, so let's see. So we did, on the last live, we did these little mini notebook things that I put in a few places. Let's see if I can find them real quick. No clue where I stuck them. There's one. So we did that one, and then we did one in here, this one. Okay, so we did those, and then I had a bunch left, so I went ahead and just did them. So they're different sizes, so I decorated them all up. So we have this little one, and I just got a few pages in them for journaling. So there's that one. There's this tiny little one. Different pages. And I did this one. It says little bees on it. And this one. Okay. And this one. This is a magazine image. Okay, so I did all those. Like I said, I'll probably make pockets or stick them somewhere. They're bee themed for the most part. This one's more flower themed, little sunflower girl. So the ones that are really bee themed, I think I'll put in here, but I'm not sure. I might save that one for a different journal. Okay, so today, so in that little My Porch Prints Busy Bee digital that I got, I had a couple of projects left in that. So one of them was her little coin envelopes, and I folded up two of them, cut them out. These are just cut but not folded. I don't really need 4 of them, but I wanted to show you real quick. And then she also had her little specimen cards. And I fussy cut them out because I don't want to torture you with that, because that was time consuming, to say the least. But there's different sizes, and basically they came with a picture. They come like this. This is the one I glued together. Let me get a smaller one. Right, so they come like this, basically. And the idea is that you can just fold them over and have this image on one side and this image on the other side, or you can fussy cut out the little bees and have them with some acetate or, you know, page protector or whatever. I'm going to use a transparency sheet and make kind of a regular looking specimen card. Now, the trick to this is they're not double-sided, and ideally it works best if a specimen card has a double-sided image in it. So what I did is I took the image and I flipped it. Okay, so one side is the correct way, and then on the other side I flipped the image when I was printing it, and then I printed both of those, and then I glued them. This is actually glued together with a glue stick. I glued them together by holding it up to a light so that I could see the image and make sure it was lined up, and then I fussy cut out that image because now it's got both sides correctly. Because just printing one side and then printing another one, they didn't quite line up because some of the legs are longer and things like that. They weren't quite reversible. Some maybe more than others could have been reversed, but some were not. Like this one might have been okay to be reversed, but most of them weren't lining up exactly. So doing it this way by flipping the image, and that was just a printer setting, I got both sides, okay? And then I did the tedious job of fussy cutting those out. So now I have double-sided little bees. Does that make sense? But I didn't want to torture you watching me do that. So I got a few of them. We're not going to do all of them, obviously, but so I got a couple of double-sided little bees, and then a whole bunch that aren't, but we're just not going to use those. And then this one's double-sided. And I think I have a couple more. I'm not sure which ones I'll pick, but we'll pick some. So quite a few little double-sided bees. And then these are the cards, and you can just score them and fold them once you cut out the middles. And then we're going to put acetate in there or whatever. Like I said, I'm going to use a transparency sheet. So this comes with 4 to a page in the small size. Now this is the size that it prints regular, if you just print out her digital. But you can, you know, adjust the size by doing a percentage or whatever and make them bigger or smaller or whatever. But I just kept them this size, because honestly it was easier to try to flip that way. So that's where we're at on those little guys. So we have these, and we have all of these little double-sided bees, and some of them are the same, but they're smaller or larger. So we'll do a few. I can't do all of them, needless to say. It took me forever. It took me probably a good hour to fussy cut all that out. And then these are the little note cards she has, and they're just like not note cards, coin envelopes. And I printed them double-sided with her digital with the honeycomb pattern, and then the one that came with the pattern on there, which I don't have it not cut out. So, but basically it comes like, I think so you just score on the line. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to do it anyway. So I use my little score thingy if I can find it. It's easier if you have your score thing with a line on it. That's right. I'm running out of room. All right, so I have just a line drawn on here with a marker. And what I do then is you can line up the points so that you can get your score line in the right spot. So I just find the little point there. I think she has, I don't know, I can't even see them. Sometimes she has like real light lines, but I can't see them on here, so they may not be there. But if you just put your little point on your line and your little point on your line and get your score thingy, where is it at? It's probably sitting here on my table somewhere it's not supposed to be. There it is. And then you can score from point to point and then do the same thing over here. I just find this method to work pretty well. It's a lot easier than trying to stick it at the top and line it up when you can't see where it starts. If you're trying to match up these without a line in there, it's almost impossible. It's very difficult to do because you can't really tell where the line starts and where it ends. So there's one there. So basically it just has the 4 sides. Okay, I'm just going to do one of these. So then you've got your little score thingies, and you just fold them in. Okay, and you decide what one you want on the top or the bottom. This one has a little more of an edge on it. And then that goes like that, and then it goes like that. Okay, so they make cute little envelopes, and you can ink them all up. They do have a little bit of shading on them already, so realistically you don't even have to ink them. But we'll throw, let's see, what does that look like? That's pretty dark. We'll go with scorched timber. I don't know where my frayed burlap is. It's floating around here somewhere. Let's try this. Is that scorched timber? Yeah. So we'll just ink this up. All the designs are super cute. I'm really happy with this digital. Considering what I paid to get the bundle, there's a lot in it. You can do these little folds. Okay, and then you just glue it and then figure out what you want to put in it. You don't have to put anything in it. You could save it for a receipt or a picture or, you know, stuff like that. A lot of times when I put these in the journals, I don't put anything in them. So we're going to glue this to this first. So what I like to do is glue on this line, kind of near the edge, but not so close that it will ooze out, and then on this line, the same kind of thing. Not so close it's going to ooze. Fold her over, and just make sure nothing oozed and it, you know, it didn't seal to itself, because that's not good. And then we're just going to do this little edge. It doesn't take a lot of glue. And then this edge stays open for putting stuff in. Okay, so that's those. And I did a few of them. Let's see which one. I'll do this one first. And I just decide, you know, which one I want first or last based on how it looks. It's the top, this is the bottom. But they're very cute. I like that she did the little top flap too. There's two, and then there's this one. So I'll go ahead and do these three. I'm not going to do this last one. It's cute too. I don't know. I might do it later. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. So put this one underneath. And this one here. Okay, so we have 3 little coin envelopes, and like I said, they can be used for just tucking ephemera in or whatever. They're cute. So we'll put those aside, find spots for them later. So we're going to jump over to our specimen cards. So same kind of thing here. We can score these lines with my little score thingy. Now these are made so that they can be just folded over. I'm not sure how well they'll line up. Hopefully they'll line up fine. I haven't tried one yet, so I assume they will. Do you know what assuming does? Try not to do that too much. I'm going to go ahead and score them. Now these have a pretty good line that you can see. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it matches. So let's see. I still need to ink them. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I think once it's inked, it will be just perfect. And I cut these out with a X-Acto type blade and just used a ruler and just cut out the insides. It wasn't too bad. A lot easier than the little bees. That's for sure. And it's not that they're hard, but they're time consuming. There's that one. I like the little ones. The big ones they're almost too big, but I'll go ahead and make a couple of them. There's 4 of these little ones. And these are very well decorated already, but I am going to add some. I'm trying to see this line. I'm going to add a little bit to it. I've got some field notes, labels, and things like that. Some little Tim Holtz snippets that I can use to decorate them a bit. Let's see what else. I feel like my vision is off today. It's probably my horrible diet. This liquid diet's killing my blood sugar. Okay, so there's that. So then we have cut out the acetate stuff for the insides. So we need 4 pieces. Well, we need 8 pieces for these because you need 1 for each side, and then for these I need 4 pieces. That's a lot. I should have done this ahead of time. All right, well, we'll try to do it relatively quickly. So like I said, I'm just going to use this transparency film, mostly because I have a ton of it from, it's at least 20 years old. I don't know. I think I saw a date on here and it was like 70 something or something. I don't know. What was the date on here? Oh, it's not that old. 2006. Not quite. But that's still almost 20 years. Wow. It doesn't even seem like it, does it? Right. These have like these little protector sheets in them too that I could use for something. I'm sure they could just be filler pages. Probably should, I think I'm gonna need 2. You don't have to use this type of stuff. I'm just using it because that's what I have. But, you know, I have also, you know, just packaging. You could totally just use your packaging. That's absolutely fine. But since I have this, I'm using it. It's not crazy thick, but it's not super thin either. Why I kept that? All right, so what you want is you want the size to be just a little bit bigger than the inside, obviously, but not all the way to the outside edge, so that it glues as well as it can. Typically, I have like a printout for this. Let me see, maybe I can use this. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Dust everywhere. It's very hard to see. All right, I'm gonna try to use this. It doesn't, it's kind of wasteful though. Here, we'll move it. I'll move it over to about where I want the edge to be. I know you can't see it, but I'm trying to stay, I don't know, halfway. Where's my tape? Probably use blue tape. I just don't want it to move while I'm trying to mark it. And then I'll use my Sharpie. I hope this works. I'm trying to do it the quickest way I can. Normally I would have had this done, but I was not thinking. So I already have that line technically. So I don't need that line. I do need this line. I'm just going to do it all the way. And then I'll cut out what I don't need. Did that print? I guess it did. It's not great though. And then about halfway. And I'm just guessing. It's not rocket science, guys. You don't have to go crazy. Try to leave yourself room for your, if you're using double stick tape, maybe leave yourself room for that. It's not a huge deal. I would suggest using double stick tape because it works better than regular glue, but honestly it would probably hold enough with regular glue. And by regular I mean like art glitter or something. Alright, let's see how good my lines are. Hopefully I can see them. I can't see them on the paper. So. Normally I would print this out like with just black and white lines on it and have it, but the one I have printed isn't the right size, so I can't use it. All right, so now I've got that, and what I'm gonna do is just line that up since I need it twice. And I'm just gonna cut out half of it. Where's my ruler? So I'm gonna come over, oh now I can't remember. I'll just come over a bit and then I'll try to use my grid. Attempt to use my grid. We'll see. Love to have this. I think I need it right on that line, right? Is that right? Let me look. Yeah. So right on the line should be exactly right. All right, so we'll do this one right on the line. Where's my knife? And not have issues. Okay, and then I'm gonna lay this underneath the next one. So hard to see. I'm trying to line it up, guys, so I can draw on it. Oh my gosh, I can't see this at all. Normally I put a line on the edge of the plastic too, but that's also time consuming, so I think that's lined up. Let's line up the bottom. I apologize if I'm off camera any. All right. All right, I think that's lined up. I think this will be the quickest way to do this. So here. marks off my table probably. Sharpie will come off with, I think I'm on the edge there. I can't, honestly, no, I'm not. Okay. With just an alcohol pad. If I get any on the table. So I apologize for not, oops, I just drew all across my ruler. Oh my goodness, stay in the line. I keep jumping up. It's because I'm doing it backwards from what I normally would. All right, let's see if we got 4 of these, or 8 of these that are the right size now. Clean off my ruler. There. Okay. So, ideally, I'd love to cut these out at the same time. Let's see. I'll try to keep it together. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. Still lined up? I think so. Here and here. Probably should have it straight. It might make it easier. So I'm going to cut this one edge and then I'll cut the 4 edges. Alright, so I'll cut this side. One of these is already cut, but I think this will be the easiest way to do it. Alright, so there's one. This, is that big enough for those? I think it is. Alright, good. I can only get 2 out of it, but it's at least big enough. And then this side. I won't be able to see these after I cut them. Sometimes I try to make the marks a little thicker so I can see. I'm just going to put a little dot in the corner so I don't lose them, hopefully. Once you cut them, they're hard to see. Oops, I'm throwing things on the floor. Ugh. Okay. So, here, I'm try to go on the outside of that line so it still shows a little bit. I know it's just slid a little bit. It's because the tape's not holding it now, so try not to move too much. Hardest part is holding it in place as you're cutting. That's why you see me put my little finger up there so I can hold it. Alright, so there's 2. There's 2. It moved a little bit. Let me line it back up. Stay. I don't know if I can do this one. It's going to try to wiggle on me. Okay, I think I got it. All right, 1, 2. And come on. Come part 1. Oh no, I just cut that one. It tore much easier than I thought it would. I'll do another one. I need one more because I killed one. Oh, darn it. need to use a whole other sheet anyway. Okay, let's see. One more. I think I can stay in line without the ruler. Maybe. Tore much easier than I thought it would. When I pulled that tape off, I didn't think it would tear that easily. All right, there. Now we got 4 pieces of acetate, and we need for the other one, or not 8 pieces, I mean. And now we need the 4 for the other one. Maybe fit it out of this. We're just going to use this one. See if I can line it up. All right, so about halfway, about halfway. It's so hard to see. I'm trying to get one side halfway so that I can tape it. Look about right. Okay, I think that's good. Where'd my tape go? Oh, I must have destroyed it. Alright, I can't put tape on the paper. I'll just try to catch the edge. Oh, I can't do it there. Here, we'll do it here. Okay, that should work. And then I need this side because I don't have it. Where did the ruler go? Girl, I did lose your ruler. Oh, there it is. Alright, this side. I'm trying to get it on there because I'm not all the way. Oh, I am on this side. And then right here. And here. And here. Okay, that's half of it. I appreciate you guys being patient. If you're watching the replay, you can just fast forward. That's the only catch about watching lives. You can't fast forward. Alright, so there's that one. I don't think I can fold it, so I'm just going to cut it. And then we need 2 more. Wow. It's amazing how hard this stuff is to see the edge. Sharpie. Second one. And okay. Where's my lid? Be a little more careful peeling these. Alright, where's my long scissors? I should have put this lid back on before it dries out. It's already got a little glue booger on there. Doesn't take long. Luckily it comes off very easy. Okay, long scissors. This is hard. Honestly, it's easier to use the ruler because it's hard to see. There's one. Okay, so there's two. Two there. And I hope you can't hear my belly rumbling. Alright, a little bit of extra. If you're using an envelope, like one of those packaging sheets, I would suggest cutting both sides out at once. That'll save you a little bit of time. There's a little cut there. I don't know if it's going to show. I don't know how that got there, but it did. Alright, we'll see if it's going to show. It probably is. Let me look. Let's see if I can hide it anywhere. It looks like it's on the short side. Yeah, it's totally going to show. I'm just bound and determined to mess one up, aren't I? Alright, let's see if we can just hold this over it and cut it. I don't know how they keep tearing. This stuff's more fragile than I thought it was. Alright, where's the bad one? There's the bad one. Alright, there we go. Try again. Okay, enough cutting of transparencies. So now, I'm going to get our little slides. So like I said, these need inked, ideally, so that they don't show. I wonder where my frayed burlap is. Scorched timber, I don't know, these are pretty dark. I could probably get away with scorched timber, but I think frayed burlap would be better. Let me find it. It's here somewhere. There it is. I see it. It wasn't that far. Go with frayed burlap. Okay. So just, you want to make sure that at the very least you get the insides, because once you glue that down you can't ink it. The outside you can always ink after. It's not as big of a deal. I probably will just ink it after, because honestly it's just easier. This is kind of flimsy, so. But I just don't want this white showing. Hopefully I'm getting enough of it on there. Probably be easier if I just put it down on a piece of cardboard. Oh my goodness. I don't think the applesauce was enough. Alright, where's my cardboard? Yeah, it's going to take way too long, so I'll do it this way. Here. Deal with the flimsiness. And then when you fold them, hopefully none of that white will show. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. And the outside white, like I said, I can do that last. And I might trim them anyway, so. Right, so there's two. And more. Okay. My child is singing. Her and her father are both very musical. Always listening to music and stuff. I like singing, don't get me wrong, but I don't really listen to music a lot. ones. I think these would be cute. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I'll figure out something for them. I don't really want to put them in a pocket. I kind of would rather them be loose, so I may attach them with a brad or something. I like when you can, you know, move them around and look at them, so I'll have to figure out how I can attach them. Over the years, I know I've done it several different ways. I don't really always remember all of them. All right. And if you don't have the kit to do this with, you could just do your own. You could do plain paper and then just decorate it. It doesn't have to be fancy. I've done them in the past many different ways. Those who watch know. All right, that should be good. All right, let's see what we got. I probably didn't need all these because I don't think I have that many fussy cuts. And you know, if I didn't want to do all bees, I've got other fussy cuts. I just don't have a lot of bees. All right, so we need a big one for this one. So we need double-sided tape, which is floating around here somewhere. Probably just a small one. I'm just going to go with this little one. Okay, so I'm going to put the double-sided tape on here because I can see it. Hey, Bonnie. We're just doing some specimen cards. Now you need it on both sides because you got, you know, double-sided. I went too far. Where'd my scissors go? I don't want to overlap. I don't think it doesn't like my ink. Oh my gosh, I stuck it to my finger. It tends to not stick to fresh oxides. Oxides can be a little resistant. So I'm trying to think. So this is for the, do I need one in the middle? I don't absolutely have to have one in the middle, but I probably will. Sometimes it'll slide around and it helps keep it from going outside. And sometimes I'll just throw a little drop of glue on it. So the drop of glue will show. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's glued to my finger. It's very sticky. This is the scrapbook.com double-sided tape. Let go of my scissors. You can also get it at Dollar Tree. Some of that I have in that package is from Dollar Tree. And I've also seen it at Michael's. It's all over the place. Alright, so that's for our acetate. And then I'll have to decide if I want a piece in between. That just takes so long. But I might. Alright. So make sure it's glued down well. Okay. You don't have anything hopefully weird, no hair or dust. I'm going to use the pen prick one. Where's it at? Oh, where are you? This is the time-consuming part, honestly. Just putting them together. Alright, so we're going to put that acetate on so I don't have to worry about touching it. Let's see which one of these sides is longer. I think it's this way. Try to get it lined up. You really only get one shot at it. Alright, so there's that side. Get off of there. And this side. Maybe I'll just do one each. Might do the rest off. I don't know. I probably should just concentrate on the small ones because I know I'll be able to find places for the small ones easier. Alright, which side's longer? I think this side's longer. There's more room this way than there is the other way. Okay, so now we have two sides. So we've got our basically our sleeve, and then you have to decide, do you want anything to hold these two pieces together? There will be glue on the outside where I didn't put the acetate, and that will hold the cards together at that point. And that's kind of the tricky part. Is like, is this little dude going to stay where I put him? Probably not. Even though I can get it fairly tight, he might move around. But I do think I'm just going to use, I don't think I want to use a lot of double stick tape. I might put one piece here and one piece here. Just a little. But I think I'm going to stick him with something. I'm just debating. I'll stick them on the back side. So I think this is the front side. It could go either way. We'll consider, I like this color, but we'll consider this the front side. So I'm just going to put a little something on his back side. Now, I didn't ink around him. I know my fussy cutting's not perfect. I'm not going to stress about it, guys. He's not terrible. There's a little bit of a white line, but it's good enough. I could ink around it, but that's just really time consuming. Even if I tried to use like a pencil or something, it just would take forever. So not going to do that. I'm thinking if I want double stick tape or if I want glue. Both are probably going to show about the same. So I guess I'll just put a tiny bit of double stick tape. I know they're both going to show, glue or double stick tape. So we'll use just, if I get it off my finger, tweezers or something, girl. I glue all over my tweezers too. Oh my goodness, I need to clean my tools. Every now and then you have to go through and clean them with some alcohol. Alright, double stick tape. So we're just going to stick a teeny little bit right in the middle. It's just going to keep him from, wandering. And we'll put that, so make sure I'm on the right side, yeah. So we'll try to line him up. A little bit double stick tape there. Like I said, I'll just put a tiny bit on the top and bottom. Just on the acetate. It'll just help keep it sealed on the inside more. Because it'll gap out a little bit if I don't. Not a huge deal, but we'll put a little. Should help cut down on that. And then I'm going to glue the very outside edge where there's paper only. time is it? Woo, it's time consuming. All right, so I'm just gonna glue where there's paper only. So just a little, it shouldn't take too much. Like I said, it will stick to the acetate. It tends to just peel off if you pull on it. But paper to paper, it'll stick perfectly. So just try to make sure you get it exactly lined up. Like I said, I knew I was going to have to trim it a little bit because it wasn't quite folding over right, but that's okay. I can do that if I can find my scissors. Oh, my big scissors. All right, so I'm just going to trim off this little white edge here. It's just a little more than I want to ink. And that's just because the score line didn't quite line up. Okay, that's cute. Let's ink her. Well, we got one done. Get a little ink on the outside. And you can add things like a brad if you want. If you're going to do that, you would want to put it on the inside before you seal it, the legs. I might do one of the little ones just for fun. All right, so there. It's cute, right? I like it. So let's look at her up close. So there we go. Give her a specimen card, and we'll decorate that in a minute. We'll try to do 2 small ones if I can get them done fast enough. So which ones do I like best? I like these more yellow ones. I guess they're more yellow on one side. This is the same as that one, so I'll do this one. And this one. I'll do those 2. And then, like I said, I may do these off camera. We're not going to torture you that much. Watch me do the same thing over and over. Okay, so we're going to put our glue on these. Got our 2 acetates up here. And then we got some fussy cuts. I think I got the other bee on that one, so I'll probably use these 2 bees. So I have another one of these, but we used that on the big one. And then the other ones I have are all the big ones. So I didn't cut out a lot of the small ones. I only did 3, I guess. But we'll do 2. So I'll do this one and this one. Okay. And let me put my pen in. This is going to dry up on me. Oh, already did. It's amazing. Okay. All right. So let me move you out and more of this stuff. So I hope you enjoy watching me do these. I know that those of you who have watched my channel for a while have probably seen me do mini specimen cards. But I do enjoy them. They're time consuming, I'm not gonna lie. They are time consuming just because of all the gluing and taping. Now, if I didn't want to be too picky about it, I could just use regular glue and skip the tape, and that would save some time. I just don't know how well it would hold. And I do like things in my journals to, last for a while. I don't want them to come loose, a year down the road. I do try to make sure everything is as good as I can. Cutting it because tearing it keeps not working very well. Probably because I don't have fingernails, so. Alright, so there's those, and we're going to turn it this way. It was fun exploring all the hidden gems. Oh, you got your journal already? That was fast. It's because you're so close. I'm used to shipping to Dawn, and it takes forever. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said the other day, I'll go through old journals and I'm like, oh, that's there. I totally forget things. It's always a surprise. It is fun to explore them. Oops, it's overlapping. It's not a problem per se if it overlaps. Really, it's just you can't peel it. All right, 4 more. That Paris one was a nice one, though. I did like that one, Bonnie. You'll get a lot of fun out of that. I still have my Alice in Wonderland one. I'm surprised nobody bought it. It has a ton of pop-ups in it, which I thought were fun and unique, but oddly enough it didn't sell. And I've got a bunch of Christmas ones that haven't sold yet, those little mini ones particularly. I can't decide. I need to, after this journal, I got to decide what one I want to do next. I was debating on doing a fall or not doing a fall, because it seems like every year I get too close to the season time and run out of time. So I'm kind of thinking I might skip fall and just go straight to Halloween and then Christmas. That way I don't run out of time. I'm going to try doing this one at a time because it's going to be tricky. So, I don't know. And I never did sell my, I know I at least have one fall journal. I don't know if I have 2. I might have sold one of them. I can't remember. Fall is just one of those seasons that I don't know if people are as into it, you know, as Christmas or Halloween or spring in general. All right. Let's take. Yeah, there's some horse ones too, Bonnie. I don't know if you remember them. I assume you were around. I have a cardinal one and 3 different horse ones, I think, or 2 or 3. I can't remember. Different horse ones. They're real cute. And they each have a shaker with them. Oops. there's that. And yeah, I'll put a little bit of tape. They should be on my website. I'm 90% sure I put them on there. I think I have all the ones I haven't sold on there. I'm not the best at getting stuff put up. I tend to be a horrible business person. I don't know why. Too artist brained, I guess. I don't know. The business side of it is not my thing. And sadly, it's a very important part. Alright, so there's that. And then we'll put this little guy. So I think I'll put just a teeny tiny piece of this. I don't know if he's better on one side or the other. About the same. So let me find the front. We'll go with this number, I guess. Although I do like that tape too. I don't know, we'll go with the number. All right, so line them up. Okay, and glue on the outside paper. It's hard for y'all to see, but I'm going just outside the acetate. All right, now I'll try to get it to close correctly. There we go. Trim her up. It's always a little bit of white showing. Okay. That one. Number there, and then this side just has like a plain fake tape. So either side's fine. We'll decorate it with something. All right, let's try to get this one peeled and on there. Let me clean up some of my clutter here. Getting messy. Okay, so you go over there. All right, I'm gonna peel this. Grab two of these. One, two. Save these guys. I had an envelope. Let's see if I can find it. Oops. Kind of sorry. I just threw everything that was in it on the floor. Oh, goodness gracious. Like I said, I'll do the rest later. Okay, peel. Peel, peel, peel. not talking much. I don't really know what to say. I'm not a good talker. Sometimes I have more to say, but I don't know. Honestly, it's just not been anything going on except me sitting around being sick. It's been a slow week. All right, let's see. Is that the long side? Yeah. So, trying to just match up. One. Two. And our little bee. Oops, it's backwards. Which is the front. Kind of like this side. We'll use that as the front. Glue. Sliding everywhere. Totally got glue. Well, I got most of it off. There's a little bit of glue on there, I think. I can't tell if it's on the inside or the outside. Maybe it's on the outside. Find out in a minute. Let's see, where is that alcohol pad? It's mostly dried. Oh, it was on the outside. Good. Okay. And trim. We got 3 specimen cards done, big and 2 little ones. And then we'll decorate them with some little, just some tabs or something, little snippets, just to give them a little more dimension. All right, so here's these. Let's see. I'll see if I have something white I can put under there. Get my glue thingy back on. And get out of the way. We'll put these little guys up. I'll do some more later. I'm not going to do them all today because it's just too time consuming. So I have my little kit, and I'll do the rest of these and find a place to stick them. Like I said, I could always just include them as ephemera in the journal. So whoever gets it can do whatever they want with them. Pieces everywhere. All right, let's see. What do we got for white piece paper. Oh, we got that transparency film. Let's use one of those so you can see better. There. Okay. Just help you be able to see. All right, so I have snippets. Oh, I was going to do a Brad. Darn it. Should I do one more? Tempting. I've got these little rub-ons. I meant to do a Brad though. It's like I could do it and not, and just have the back show, but I didn't really want to do that. I'm sure these have already glued quite solid. Yeah, they're stuck. I knew I'd forget. I don't want to do another one. The idea, I was gonna put a Brad through, and then that way the legs would be on the inside and then close it up. I do have like faux screw heads. They're not quite Brads, but I could use those. They take a little while to dry. But I think if I use my gem tack, it'll be fine. So let me grab those. I saw them a minute ago. All right, faux screw heads. I think, see if I can find them. Faux screw heads. So here, Tim Holtz thing. I keep stepping on tape. All right, let's see. So they're just little. I've got some hinges in here too. They're just basically the top of a screw head, not the hinge screws, but I'll show you. Some have like an actual screw head thingy and some do not. So I'll try to get 4 with. Very different. They're tiny, so tiny. That's a hex. That's a hex. That's a circle. Another one with a screw head. There's a screw head. These are screw heads. We'll just do a couple. I'll leave one without. I'll say I don't have that many of them, so I have 4 of those. I've got plain ones. There's that. I'll show you these up close in a second. I'm trying to see if I can find 4 of them. There's one more. Got one more. I think this is one. Yep. Okay. I have enough to do 2. So I'll show you what they look like. Get the light in there. So one's like a hex kind of shape, and the other one's like a standard screw head. Okay, and they're just fake and they're flat on the back, and you can glue them on with like a gem jewelry glue. Art glitter kind of works, but it's not the best. I trust my gem tack a little bit better for that. But like I said, it does take a minute to set up. So but I'm gonna put these on here because I just think it'd be cool. So I'll do this one and this one with the screw heads and leave them off of that one. And I could just put 2, but I'm gonna put 4 because why not? If I can get this open. I haven't used it in a while. I'm sure it's clogged up. Okay. I'm debating how to do this. I'd like it to be somewhat centered, but yeah. So do I want it over the 5 to make it more where it should be? I think I'll just go over the number because I don't really want it up there. So I'm just going to... Hold on. This is much more liquid than I thought. Like I said, I haven't used it in a while and it's not shook up. Glue works much better if you actually keep it shook up. I have a little tray. Hold on. Let me find a little tray. Where'd you put them? They're here. They're just buried. I'm going to do it this way because I think it'll be easier. Yeah, it's still plugged up. So this Gem Tack stuff is a Beacon product, just like Fabri-Tac. It's obviously for gluing gems on, but it works real well on metal pieces too. It takes a little bit of time to set up. All right, so we're going to try this. Let's see if I can do this without dropping them. And it does dry clear, so I would suggest just letting the little round bit of glue stick out because it'll help hold it. No idea if they're centered. Probably not. I'm not going to stress over it. We will get them somewhat centered. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. Oh my goodness. They're hard to hold on to. I'll have to clean that glue up. Centered. Okay, let me clean this glue up. Wipe. At least it's not terribly difficult to clean up. Okay, we'll let that sit up for a second. And I'll do this one. I know it's really hard to see. I'll show you them after. I guess I should put the drops of glue down first, maybe. I don't know. It's 1/2 dozen the other, honestly. It's like, which is better? I don't know. Well, that's a lot of glue. Okay, just drop. Drop. It's like, first time I got a ton and didn't want to come off at all. What is going on? Okay, stay. All right, let's see if we can do this. Fighting me. I really think having just the little metal element, you know, it just makes a difference. It is a little more difficult to tuck into like a pocket or something with those, but okay, it's kind of sort of straight. All right, and that'll start drying up, and then it shrinks a little bit as it dries up, but you can kind of see on this one it's starting to get clear already, and they'll just hopefully stay on there. Once they do, and then these are the little hex ones. Whoops. Okay, so there's that. All right, get the glue out of the way. Okay, and then, like I said, I have some snippets floating around here. A whole container of them somewhere. Where are you? Just had you earlier. There you are. There's one. And then I've got the field notes one. And I've got the rub-ons, which probably would have been a smarter idea to do first, but that's okay. Let's see, what do we got? So, I know there's snippets a little bit in there. Let's see. I got the typical Tim Holtz like number strips. These are a little bit big. This is a smaller one. This is Curator. What do we got in here? We have some circles, some numbers. Try to get some contrasty colors maybe. Oh, a lot of the red ones in here. Really? Why? I know I have colors. There's a fruit fly. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to try to line it. Pull out some. Glue everywhere. I don't see a lot of dark colors. That's kind of darker. Let me see if I can find some red ones. I've got these. Might have like a specimen or something. Got observation. I want the bolder writing. Handle with care is always good. Can do one of those. These are just little rub-ons. Pretty sure they're called field notes. Maybe here. See where it looks best. I don't care if it's over the number. To decide. I think this is right. Let's see, I've got a little popsicle stick. Come on. it with care. Could do it this side up. Oh, it might be too big. Specimen. I wish that I had Specimen in darker print. I'm not sure how well those will show up. And we'll just do evidence. It's not really evidence. We'll do curiosity. I don't know that it's curiosity either, but why not? We'll do a curiosity on, we'll do this one. Get it off of there. There it goes. Okay. And then, where's my regular glue? Let's see. Pink. These are, a lot of these are almost too big. I need smaller ones. You would think they'd be small enough, but they're still almost too big. That there. I don't know where my other ones that are brighter colors. No idea if that's the right way. I can't read it. If it's not, it's not. I don't know. I cannot see that little teeny tiny writing. Okay. There's that. Let's see. Anything in here small enough? I'm gonna make a mess. I'm trying to find really small, brighter colors. They're just so big. I could use that on part of it, just the number. I was trying to get some color in there. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay. All those are just, they're just too big. I have more, they're in my folders and I gotta pull them out. I'll see if I can't do it real quick. Those are almost dry. Get some of this out of my way. Alright, 1 second. I don't think there's any bright ones in there either. Yeah, they all look pretty just brown. Alright, let's see. nature, maybe? Ephemera. Snippets, ephemera. This isn't very long. I have a ton of these little folders. I know I've got some snippets in here. At least at one point I did. I assume they're still here. They were color organized at one point. There's a little bit there. Let's see if we can't figure this out. I'm gonna attempt to make room. I'll zoom back out because I'm too close. All right, come on, zoom. What do we got? There's a colorful one. Still big. There's any in here. It's like, it never fails me. Try to find something small enough. You can't find it. I was trying to find like reds. I only have a couple. It's the same one as that. I have a green. Is it small enough? Not really. It's pink. Here's a long one. What's this one look like? I don't mind that sideways. I don't think any of those are small. Like a triangle. Yeah, not doing it for me. We'll just put this long one and call it good. I might put that one somewhere. Okay. This one's kind of cute. I'm gonna ink it though. Just a little bit. I didn't ink that one. I think it would have been better inked. All right, I think this can go like right there. Okay, that's good. And this one, I think it's just too big. I'm gonna put it there. I didn't really like the calendar part. I don't mind the 1916, but the calendar part's a little, eh. Just gonna put it right there. There. Good enough? So these are, yeah, they are pretty much on there. All right, so what to do with these guys? That I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I had some gauze. I'll find a spot. All right, let's find a page. Let's see. What do I got? No, maybe. What's on the other side of that? Busy as bee. just don't know how to attach them, guys. I'm a little at a loss. I could put a little string or something, maybe. Just like a little hole at the top corner, maybe. Maybe this one on the center. It's a possibility. I prefer it to be a firmer page. I've got this B page. It's the center though. Still don't know what I'm going to do with the center. With this B page. What do they look like on that gray? Probably too busy. Oh yeah. Way too busy. They don't look bad on the yellow or like a plain page. This is my last one. That's on the other side of that, which I wanted to keep. It's too busy. There's already, that's really bumpy. What's back here? I have some brown. Put that one there. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna attach it. I'll put that one there, and then I'll put the other two on, I think the yellow one, which is in one of the others. All right. Well, I'd like it to be removable, or at least somewhat removable. If I just put a brad through there, if I put it here, I'm trying to think where I could put the brad. I can't put it on the corner because I already have a corner. I could put it here, but then it's just going to be upside down. I don't guess it matters. Maybe I'll put it there. It's either that or I, do Velcro or something. I don't think I can do a magnet. That'll be a little tricky in that spot. Let's just do a brad. See if I can find one. Maybe one of my bigger ones. Spilled those everywhere. I think I have a darker one, but I don't see it. Huh, maybe not. Oh, is this it? Maybe that's it. Just trying to get something to match the screw heads a little bit better. Oh, that's good. Do I need... We'll just go ahead and... I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, but we're going to pull them out. And then probably just put a hole with the awl. Alright, so I thought about doing Velcro, but then it'll still be on the other side, and the Velcro is kind of on getting it to stick right. So I think we're going to go with this. I mean, if worse came to worse, the person could just totally remove the brad if they wanted to pull it out. Where is my awl? I'm like looking, but I don't see the container. It's not where it's supposed to be. All right, container, where did you go? I'm usually really good about putting stuff back. But, oh, it's on the floor. It's like I keep it in a magazine rack thing. Oh, that's the one I dropped. I knew I dropped one. But we're just going to do this. I think it'll be fine. So, go like this. So I'm just going to do them both at the same time and pull this out. And a little block. It'll show on the other side, and that's fine. Think about, so it's kind of sort of centered, kind of sort of. We'll go right there. All right. Do that. So there, it's just, you know, it's movable, so at the very least you can see through it. And then if you're on the other side, you know, when it's spun, you can see on the other side. You know, I think it'll be fine. So I had a yellow page, I think. I saw one. Not that one, I already used that one. Must be in the last one. I also have that one we used. Did I use the other side of it? Nope. Alright, there's another brown one. We'll just do that because the color works good with these. So for these, make them a little bit different, and then maybe we'll have something here. I want them on the edge. Yeah, I'll just put those there. And then we'll put something here. Maybe not tonight because I'm running out of time. All right, let's see. We'll do one at a time. Not centered. Not centered at all. I'm not going to tape this brad or anything because I kind of want it to remain like movable that way. If it needs to come off, it can. All right. There. So what can I put there? Let's see. What do we got? I wonder if one of those little coin bags would work. I don't even know where I stuck them. They're here somewhere. There they are. There's a decent amount of room. Not enough room for that. Nah, it's cute, but no. We just need something flat, I think. I don't want it to interfere. They're going to spin that way, so they shouldn't hit it or anything, but what else do we have? These, I have this magazine image. I think that's the only bee thing I have left. I could trim it and fit it there, or I could put it underneath some. No, trim it. Maybe I'll just trim this and put it there. It's just a little beehive. What do you think? Is that a good option? Or should I do something that says something? Let me look at my pictures. We got, I only have so many things I can fit in there, so let's see. No. Little hive. Wrong direction. These are the wrong direction. It's a little bit too big. What about this? Like that. I'm trying to find narrow pieces. Like that. That's kind of cool. What do you think? I think it's better than this. This is a little orangey. We'll use this for a tag or something somewhere. Let's do that. That'll work. That's in my Porch prints, by the way. Image. My magazine image back for now. Dropping stuff. It's already inked. We'll just keep it like it is. It's just going to be decoration. Okay, see if I can get it straight. Cute. Simple but cute. All right. Get you back together. All right. This can be adjusted wherever I want it. Okay, I like that. And then the other one is there. And we might find some, I might find something for there. Let's see. Sorry, I'm running out of, oh my goodness. Trying to do things without fingernails, guys. It's always a challenge. Alright, where's those pictures? Do I have anything really thin? Like a vertical word would have been perfect. I don't have one that I can think of. I suppose I could do a horizontal word. I've got tickets and stuff. Like that. I don't know if it's too small. I don't have a lot of really long horizontal things. Just little bits and pieces here and there. No. 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 Not really. Maybe that. It's probably the only thing I'm going to have. It's already made. I think that one from the other one was a little too wide. I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything else in here. I think these are all too wide. Yeah. It's like, I like this one, but it's just, I don't see a good spot for it. May just end up putting it over there. Just kind of across from it. It's kind of cool. All right, we'll put that one. It's kind of like a, it's a perfume one technically, but the size is about right for that spot, so I think I can get it to fit. It'll be behind there just a tiny bit. Oh, I could trim it maybe a fraction more. Not much, but a little bit. All right. Okay. What time is it? Ooh, it's almost 11. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It doesn't take up as much space as I would like it to, but I think it'll be alright. If I decide to put a label or something at the top, I could do that later. Let's put this here. This page could be just a writing spot or whatever. I think it looks good across from it, so I've got half of my other one there. So there's that. It fits in there just fine. Once it's in there, it'll have like maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then that moves. And I may or may not ink the edge of that later, I don't know. For right now, I'm just going to leave it. All right, so that's it, guys. I think that's fine. We got a little bit done. A couple of little specimens. And I've got those little cards I'll throw somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna put these yet. I'll find spots for them at some point. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be back on Friday. Alright, guys. And then we gotta start thinking about what I'm gonna do next. So if y'all have any thoughts or things you want to see, let me know. I didn't want to jump just straight into Christmas. I was thinking probably Halloween and then Christmas. It's my thought process, so I'll let me know. Alright, you have a good night too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.